What is up, Mets fans? Welcome back to another episode of the Mets podcast. Hey, series win. It ended on what was maybe one of the worst sour notes that could have happened for a series win, but take 2 of 3 from the Rockies. Don't let the Mets get hot. Little successful road trip so far. Going to Arizona to play the Diamondbacks. We'll have the series preview at the end of the episode. Before we get going into it, make sure you guys are subscribed to Mets Stuff over on YouTube. We are so close to 15,000 subscribers. Most of you who watch still aren't subscribed. Click that subscribe button every time we upload. You'll get notified when it goes live. Big shout out to the members who get access to the videos early. And if you're listening to us, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google, drops a rating, drops a review, download, and subscribe. It's getting to a weird feeling, James. A couple series wins. We haven't been doing this much this year, but still got to talk about the negative.
Yeah, I'm not at a weird feeling yet. I'm still just every day watching a bad baseball team, especially like right now the Mets are kind of really close to have had heading into this game at least like a pure nice 5-game winning streak, possibly even 6-game winning streak considering how that last game the Nationals went. But there are still feels like with this team, with this management, with this roster, there's unforced errors that stop this team from actually being able to really check off win one after the other.
Yeah, and I mean, you're feeling it with this team with the lineup that goes out there every single day. You're feeling it with this team with the bullpen that goes out there every single day. And then on top of the roster being anemic, weak, not very good, the guy who makes the decision about how to use that roster constantly makes the wrong decisions, doesn't put guys in scenarios to be successful, does the weirdest process ever. I don't even know if there is a process right now, again, with this Mets team, which has been, again, the overarching theme that we've had seemingly every episode since about the second week of the season, which is where is the cohesion, where is the process, where is the teamness, togetherness, where's the leadership? There's nothing going on there from top to bottom still, and you saw it all come together in Game 3 against the Rockies.
I mean, synergy, baby. We got no synergy. And you can kind of also feel the way that the Wednesday game got out of hand late, how that snowballed into the way that you had to wind up managing the Thursday game and how you're not able to use any of your good relievers because after Freddie Peralta gets through 5, doesn't come back out for the 6th with 91 pitches, which I thought the way he got through that 5th, I thought he was going to get that 6th inning because it just felt like it would have been a big boost to the team, especially knowing when you have Christian Scott on the mound on Thursday. He's an 80-pitch pitcher right now. That's where he was at Syracuse. Seems like that's where he's going to be for the foreseeable future. So again, you might want to try and stretch out when you have a monster 8-0 lead. I'm happy to give my starter an extra inning. But then, something I'll talk about a little bit later on, you go for the Tobias Myers piggyback on the right-handed Freddie Peralta. And this big part was Tobias Myers failed in his role. Tobias Myers couldn't get through a single inning when you likely put him in the game to get through multiple innings. Him allowing the Rockies to put that 4 spot up in the bottom of the 6th when the Mets put the 4 spot up to, go up 8-0 in the top of that frame. Okay, now all of a sudden this game is tight. Coors Field, a 3-run lead, is kind of like a 2.5-run lead. So now you have
a 1.5-run
lead. Well, didn't feel that way on Thursday. But then you had to go Brooks Raley, Luke Weaver, and then you build up the big lead again. And then Sean Manaea being it was probably the worst 17 pitches I've ever seen someone throw ever.
Yeah, it's up there. I mean, weirdly that sparked me to do a little research last night. I found some of the worst. Yeah, it takes a lot. That was just such a bad outing where I was like, has there ever been a guy who's made his major league debut, didn't record a single out, and that was the only time he ever made an appearance? And the first ever guy was this dude named Don Hammer from New Ulm, Minnesota, who played in the 20s or 30s, faced 7 batters, didn't get a single out, gave up a ton of runs. The last guy to do so, also from New Ulm, Minnesota. How is that possible 40 years later? His name's Fred Breckbauer or something like that. One of the craziest stats ever found out. But those are probably the worst pitches ever at a single outing. This was pretty close to it.
No, it was. And then again, after you thought you were going to be able to go starter, long man, get through a big blowout win, then you have to go 18 bullpen. Then when you think you can give your closer the night off, and Devin Williams has looked nice these last few appearances. And he looked great on Wednesday night. He got out of a really precarious situation very, very easily. It was nice to watch. But again, just the fact you had to burn through all of those guys, and Raley only threw 14 pitches, but he had an up down. Weaver had one easy inning, but he threw 20 pitches. I understand theoretically, relatively, not wanting to go to those guys again on Thursday. But again, when you burn both of your long men, which is even insane to say, both of your long men in one game, you combine to get 1 inning from them, and then you have an 80-pitch guy going in Coors Field on Thursday. That just seems like why did Sean Manaea even get that 9th inning at the start? Why wasn't that Austin Warren? Not saying that I would have rather had Sean Manaea pitch instead of Austin Warren on Thursday, but I couldn't. When I saw him coming in, I was like, why is now the time we're bringing him in?
I mean, there's something that again, all these things can be true. Tobias Myers failed his job. Even though
Majorly.
Carlos Mendoza, process-wise, I didn't love it, Myers, when called upon, needs to get the job done. He did not. Same thing with Sean Manaea. Process was bad from the Mets, but when called upon, you need to do your job. He did not execute. Partially, that's on David Stearns for the roster being the way that it is, and the fact that we have a million longmen who also kind of don't have any roles. Tobias Myers should just be in the rotation at this point, it feels like. So I don't know why we keep kind of putzing around with him throwing 15, 20 pitches at a time.
Well, it's going to be hard to continue to lengthen him out when you can only throw 20 pitches 2/3 inning here. That just kind of pushes back that timeline. I went through and I wanted to see the last 4 times each that Myers and Manaea came into games. So before this one, Myers followed McClain on Saturday.
Which, by the way, the obsession of every other team in baseball would have the lefty follow the righty if you're going to do a piggyback thing. The Mets go, keep it simple. They have their left-handed batters up in this lineup to face all the righties. Here's another righty for you who's going to try and throw a couple innings. Fucking so stupid.
Well, that's what I was about to get at. So here he piggybacked on Freddie Peralta. This was 4 days after his last time when he came in Saturday when Nolan McClain couldn't get out of the 4th inning or 5th inning. That was the 5th inning. And then 4 days before that, he came in for Clay Holmes. 5 days before that was when he came in, the parachute emergency for Christian Scott. But it was likely a plan.
All righties.
That's what I'm saying. It likely was a plan that you were going to come in for Scott anyway, because you know right now Scott, again, is an 80-pitch pitcher. But the fact that Tobias Myers continues to follow righties rather than David Peterson, who we still are kind of trying to figure out his role. I think he looked good pitching as the bulk guy on Monday, but I don't know if he's going back and mixing in the rotation. Whereas the time before this, the last time that Manaea pitched before he came in just to throw 1 inning in what was at the time a blowout win over the Rockies was 7 days ago when he came in for David Peterson and did the bases loaded hit by pitch and a grand slam right after that. And then 5 days before that, it was Freddie Peralta. And 7 days before that, it was the mop-up duty for Kodai Senga in Chicago. So Sean Manaea clearly comes into games when there's no leverage whatsoever. And Tobias Myers will only follow right-handed pitchers when he comes into games.
Which doesn't
Myers
make any sense.
Myers every 4 days and Manaea is whenever the situation dictates it. So which, again, it's hard for me to spot process-wise what the plan is with these two guys and their very obscure roles inside of a bullpen.
Yes, and again, this is David Stern's fault just as much as it is Carlos Mendoza for how this is being handled and managed, because Sean Manaea is absolutely clogging up this roster right now. You're hurt, dude. Go on the IL. Force has got to be hurt, or seriously, the conversation is DFA. And I hate to do it because Sean Manaea seems like a great guy. And the memories from 2024 were unbelievable with him. Like, I saw the video of him coming off the mound against the Phillies. That shit was fucking electric. He had huge balls. He made big moves for us. But the fact that Sean Manaea right now, the version of him, is, again, either hurt or he's so bad that he is no longer a major league player. We heard in spring training that the ramp-up was going to be there for the velo. It's May 7th, man. How many pitches, how many innings, how many times do you need to throw to ramp up? And also, if he's only going to be used once a week in what is zero leverage situations, I mean, it's a useless spot. And then you are forcing the idiot that is Carlos Mendoza to try and have to use his brain. And when he does try to use his brain, it fucking stinks because he's a dummy, so he makes the wrong decision every time.
Why not at this point, if this is their situation, why not start deploying Sean Manaea as a 1-inning reliever at this point? Because at that point we have seen the velocity relatively trickle up this season. Like he's got his average fastball velocity has been 90, at a true 90, not 89.8, 90, 2 appearances in a row. He didn't throw a four-seamer. He didn't throw a four-seamer on Wednesday night, so we don't have that. But that's something. Like maybe, and again, you brought him in with the plan, the intention of 1 inning. That was not him to be a long man. That was not him trying to be stretched out. So let him just be another lefty in the pen. Let him try and do that. Let him be left-handed Austin Warren. Let him take the Craig Kimbrell role because he shouldn't be in the team after what happened on Thursday. Like let's
been on the team since the beginning of the year.
But this is what I'm saying. Let's try and move on from this right now. Or like, is it an ego thing? Is it a pride thing with Manaea that he won't accept the trip to the injured list? Because right now he's one of. Truthfully, we just played against the Rockies, team with one of the worst rosters in baseball. We just played against Nationals, team with one of the worst rosters in baseball. Sean Manaea is one of the worst players in the Major League roster right now. And it sucks because of how important he was. And this is also like complete stamp, almost definite. We'll see what happens maybe the rest of this season. But as of this second, I'm very okay to say that Sean Manaea is the worst contract David Stern's given out. I don't even think
easily.
I don't even think it's close. It could someone could beat it by the end of the year. It's possible.
Is that Bo Bichette?
Possibly. It's possible.
Yeah.
But as of right now, it is 100% Sean Manaea.
Yeah, it's crazy to think that he's signed to this roster for $25 million
next year.
That's crazy. Like, we're talking about a guy who shouldn't even be on the roster this year. Again, if he's hurt, go get the surgery, go do something. You don't need to be like tough guy Kimosabi trying to be on the mound every every week to pitch in low leverage. We need that roster spot so badly for anybody with a pulse. And right now, Sean Manaea doesn't even really have a pulse on the mound.
No, it's bad. And even earlier in this game, again, just trying to talk through weird process stuff that we're recognizing here from management, general management, everything. The MJ Melendez getting yanked for a pinch runner in the 5th inning.
Tyrone Taylor took, what, 2 more at-bats in this game? Like, what are we doing?
Like, to yank him for a pinch runner, I'm going to double-check. I don't think MJ Melendez is necessarily slow in terms of sprint speed. He's fine. He's about average. I thought he was hurt. And then when he didn't get up as a pinch hitter again, the 7th inning of the game Thursday, I was like, oh, MJ Melendez probably is hurt. We just haven't had that reported yet. But then he comes up in the 9th inning, probably strikes out. But still, like, it's... to come in to get pinch ran for in a 4-0 game on first with 1 out in the 5th inning. I've never seen that in a game in May ever. My entire life.
James, say it.
Say what?
Mendoza's an idiot. That's it.
I couldn't. I was watching TV. I was like, wait, am I missing the inning? Like, am I not paying attention to something? Like, we had Knicks fever going on right as this was all happening. I was like,
Knicks game. Great Knicks game.
Knicks corner coming up end of the episode, of course. But I was like, how could that have been the moment to pinch run? And again, you're in the 7th inning of a tie game in Coors Field. Francisco Alvarez draws a walk. There's a right-handed pitcher on the mound for the Rockies. Humberto Mejia, is that his first name?
No. Juan Mejia.
Humberto Mejia is a different pitcher. Way back.
Humberto Mejia has, I think, played for the Rockies at some point. He threw a hard 88.
Yeah, but Juan Mejia is on the mound. He's throwing a hard 97 and a half.
Yeah, Keith loved him.
Yeah, Keith also loved Christian Scott. I get excited to talk about Christian Scott soon. I want to get this negative out first.
Yes.
For some reason, with again a similar situation, here's a guy on first. You're not pinch running for Francisco Alvarez in a tie game. Again,
we do have the catcher on the bench, by the way.
Again, you don't want to take Francisco Alvarez out of the game, but just trying to call process into question. And Tyrone Taylor comes up, and then Vidal Brujan draws a walk. Vidal Brujan even makes the last out of the game. I don't even know why he was in the lineup in this game. Where it's just like, why are those not the opportunities where you're trying to get all of these lefties you left on the bench into the game?
Let's talk love life, FT family. I know it's an important part of everyone's life, but if you need help or if you don't, Blue Chew Gold is changing the game, and it is turbocharging your love life.
That was beautifully delivered. The new arousal-boosting formula combines passion and performance into one tablet that dissolves under your tongue for super fast onset. No more waiting for a pill to kick in. No more moments ruined by performance anxiety. Just the results you want when you want them. Most ED meds only focus on blood flow, but Blue Chew Gold goes further by combining 2 ingredients for blood flow with 2 more for mental arousal and connection. So you're not just physically ready, you're actually in the mood. And we've got a special deal for our listeners right now. When you buy 2 months of Blue Chew Gold, you get the 3rd for free with promo code FOUL. That's promo code FOUL. Visit BlueChew.com for more details and important safety information. And we thank Blue Chew for sponsoring the podcast.
It's just, every single day there is a questionable decision that's made. And I'm
2.
sure, or 10. And I'm sure you could do this for every single team. And some of you might find it exhausting, but I'm exhausted as a Mets fan. The fact that every single, like there's very few times that Carlos Mendoza does something. I'm like, good job. Well done, dude. Like it's always like that Tyrone Taylor one yesterday for MJ Melendez was truly shocking to the point where like everyone on Twitter is talking about a substitution made in the 5th inning because it was so fucking stupid. It made no sense. Like defensive substitution halfway through the game.
And then again, to get to a point where in a tie game in Coors Field, and again, these aren't must-win games for the Mets, but these games have outsized importance of what games in early May should have against the Rockies. To let Taylor and Brujan get those at-bats where you still had Beatty on the bench at that point. Beatty does wind up hitting for Slade their next inning. So you wind up having Beatty in the outfield over Melendez, but you could have also hit Beatty for Brujan in that spot and then put him at third base and shifted Bichette to shortstop like he's been playing the rest of the week. It really made no sense to me how those guys got plate appearances against a right-hand reliever in the 7th inning. None whatsoever. And
no,
again,
it doesn't make any sense. But you know why? It's because he was thinking ahead. He goes, well, if I put them in now, then who's going to hit for Austin Slater in the 8th inning when he comes up against the righty?
I mean, I guess maybe just he can hit for himself at that point. Who cares? Like, if it happens, it happens. Like, it frustrates me. Again, and you still wind up having Brett Beatty playing the outfield. You're still not going like. And to me, I was like, all right, maybe you want to leave Tyrone Taylor, Brujan out there like for the firm defense, but then Beatty gets the outfield reps. I'm like, all right, I don't really know. And again, a lot of this talking about Carlos Mendoza, a lot of this continues to come back to David Stern's roster construction. I feel
A
bad.
lot of Zach Shorts and Joey Wendells right now.
I just remember saying it early in the season, like the way this lineup was constructed, I didn't think we'd have these struggles against lefties. And you see the lineup card come out on Thursday, and you're like, what the fuck am I looking at right now?
Yeah, Andy Ibanez, Vidal Brujan.
Ibanez took good at bats. Another good sack fly from Andy
He
Ibanez.
stinks, dude.
I don't want to hear where
stinks.
I don't want to hear where the Andy Ibanez with those other guys. Andy Ibanez is much more of a player. When we do when hopefully this roster churns and guys get healthy, if someone has to stay, I want it to be Andy Ibanez
And MJ Melendez.
MJ Melendez isn't going anywhere. The fact that MJ Melendez isn't getting every single possible plate appearance is that kind of a dark mark against this
Also,
team right now.
like Carson Bench has been hitting well. They're like, got to take
Right.
a rest today. Got to take a sit today against a tough lefty in Jose Quintana.
It felt like Keith talked about it, and that part of the logic made sense that Quintana has had an inconsistent changeup this year. So at least if you flood the lineup with righties, you're forcing him to throw that pitch.
The problem is the righties aren't good.
No, 100%. Like I really do. I would have liked to have seen Bench, or would have liked to have at least seen Beatty too. I don't understand how much better Brujan is defensively than Bo Bichette at shortstop, or offensively even against a lefty than Brett Beatty if he's playing third. Like that part to me. And then Mark Vientos, no, he had a great game on Monday, but just being pouty all over the field. Like I'm just
His
such an
attitude is the worst, man.
It just got to wear down the rest of this team too. But it's just so frustrating.
I texted you something too, because again, like attitude of the team's weird, the vibes of the team are weird, and I texted you about how like I don't necessarily know if the players. I think they like Carlos Mendoza. I don't know if they respect him. This comes back to our leadership thing, and it's like you go to your job and you kind of like you don't take your boss very seriously when their boss right now is Carlos Mendoza. It does set up this whole kind of lackadaisical malaise for the day that's going to be ahead of work, and it feels like it's that for the Mets every single day. Not that these guys aren't playing hard, but it's just it starts at the top, and everything from the top down feels very like whatever, half to ass, a little just nothing behind anything.
Yeah, there's not, again, we say this a good bit. It's a poker term, but it feels like a lot of times Mendoza's not really well understanding leverage of situations.
No, leverage is a word that's not in his vocabulary.
And that big time feels like it comes to a lot of these bullpen decisions, a lot of these pinch hit decisions. And again, this part of this huge reflection on Stearns. Like I don't think David Stearns is writing the lineups, but I don't think that the front office has no say in the lineups either. Like I do think that there's teamwork in how these lineups are created. I think that's how you get Austin Slater and Andy Ibanez and all these guys that have been brought in to hit lefties in these lineups against the lefties.
Yeah, Carlos Mendoza can only make the bad decisions he makes with the horrible players that are also on this roster right now. So it's like it's not like there was a good player waiting for him to make this decision. There's nobody else to choose from. They all stink. He just still picks the wrong choice every time.
No, this lineup is bad. I mean, it was nice to see Marcus Semien have a good series, both sides of the ball. Like that was cool. Beatty, the whole bottom of the order swung the bat really well on Wednesday. Like that was a game that
just put Francisco Alvarez seventh.
Yeah, just get him out of the middle of the lineup. Whoever hits seventh again is going to be great. But again, seeing Tyron Taylor also did have a big RBI hit in the beginning of this game. It felt like it could have been a backbreaker if you had any chance to tack on. The Mets had a chance to tack on, couldn't tack on. Soto also just. I'm not going to say anything bad to how well he's playing overall, but he's not coming through in the risp situations, which is frustrating.
No, he's not at all right now. Also, Carson Bench in the 7th spot on Wednesday, 2 for 5. Obviously, big game for him. Francisco Alvarez, 1 for 3 today in the 7th spot. And then on Monday, which feels like, I mean, literally a year ago at this point.
Two Knicks wins ago.
Yeah, two Knicks wins ago. On Monday, hitting 7th, it was Carson Bench who went 1 for 2 again. Great game. Got to hit.
And
best
home run.
hitters. Yeah,
home
best
run
hitters hit 7th.
So let's transition to doing some positive now. I'll talk about Bench.
Yeah, he's really looking good, and he made a swing change again. It's looking different now.
It's a monster heater. So I have the last 12 game stats, which were 10 starts. And heading into this game, he went 1 for 2 in this game. But heading into this game on Thursday, 12 games, last 10 starts, 316, 366, 553 triple slash, 160 WRC plus, 5 extra base hits, 17% strikeout rate, 15% whiff rate, which on the season he's still whiffing like 22% of the time. 15% is way below league average.
Yep.
Better than a 50% hard hit rate. And we talked a lot. It was like 3 weeks ago now, basically right when this hot streak began, about how completely out of whack Carson Bench's bat tracking metrics all were. The fact that he was hitting the ball out in front, yet he had one of the most opposite field attack directions in all of baseball. That has way come back to earth now,
Yep.
way less extreme. Instead of having a 7-degree opposite field attack direction over these last 2 weeks, it's -2 degrees, so that's 2 degrees to the opposite field.
Love that.
He also has a higher attack angle. He's lifting the ball more consistently, but in doing so, he hasn't changed his swing tilt, so it's not a swing change. That's just him connecting with the ball in a more advantageous spot. He's even hitting the ball further out in front of the plate, which is helping him pull and lift more often. And this is probably the coolest thing, and this is something I think I give credit to whoever's doing the Mets, the hitting coaches with him in this. The bat speed's up a tick. He's lengthened the swing a little bit, But again, he still is not swinging and missing very much. And Benj was kind of always a bat speed unicorn in terms of how quick his bat was based on how short his swing is. The fact that right now he's swinging at like 72 miles an hour on average, and he still has 6.5 foot length swing, which is well below, almost a full foot below the league average. Like that's a nice little profile right there in terms of bat tracking to make yourself a contact hitter with pop.
Slight changes too to his stance and everything. Earlier in the season, he was around like in the low 20s for how open his stance was in terms of angle. Over the last couple weeks, down below 10% open degrees for his batting stance, which I think is a big difference. His feet are closer together. He's a little bit taller in the box. Like it seems like he's maybe going back to the stance that got him to the major leagues and not the one that was in college.
And again, we've been critical of the Mets hitting coaches so far this season, so I have to give a hat tip because he's been a driving force in this team playing better lately. And at the same time, we haven't even got to talk about the defense, where I think we're almost at the point where we can call Carson Bench one of the best corner outfield defenders in baseball.
Yeah, he's phenomenal out there.
Like, he basically needs to be a league average hitter, and he's a 3-win player. And once the bat winds up coming around over the next few years, maybe even the next few months, like, you could be looking at someone who's like a WAR, like a value star.
Yes, and I mean, in the corner outfield with the way that the bat's been looking over the last couple weeks, that's the player we were getting excited about. That's the guy that we saw in spring training. That's the stuff that we were looking forward to. It takes some time for these rooks to figure it out, and it does seem like he is adjusting, which is huge. To see a young player adjust at the major league level, make those changes actively during the games, that's where you can find those really good ball players.
Totally. And again, a lot of credit for him to getting through that, what was some of the worst baseball anyone in the league was playing early in the season.
It was really bad. We were talking about sending him down.
And again, like, even if it had to have happened, guys get sent down all the time and have great careers after they've already come up. Kyle Schwarber got sent down, like 2, 3 years, 4 years after his debut, went back to the minor leagues.
Max Muncy.
I'm saying this happens all the time. Not a really big deal there. Also, shout out Christian Scott.
Looks really good.
Christian Scott looks amazing. Again, it really sucked to see him lose the command and look like he was really getting tired in that 5th inning, because it kind of would have really helped the way this bullpen was falling apart on itself, the B&C team bullpen, if he could have gotten literally one more out. But I wasn't really upset with the hook. He kept leaving the ball up into his arm side. Like, that's a telltale sign the guy's tired. He fell behind 2-0 on 3 consecutive hitters. Again, telltale sign the guy is tired. But that fastball was outrageous.
Dude, what was it, the first or second pitch of the game, he threw that up and in to Edouard Julien. Yeah. Fastball, like 97, like perfect. And it was an unbelievable. I'm like, how does anybody ever hit that pitch? Like, Julien did the best he could have, which was like kind of foul it off weakly on the pull side. But that's a pitch where, like, you see that, and then off the sweeper, which, by the way, again, is not going to move as well because it's in Colorado. Like, the stuff was it was active today. It had some zip on it. I love watching this guy pitch. I understand the pitch count thing for sure, and he definitely was getting tired towards the end. Plus, with the altitude and everything, it's all going to build into, like, not the best place for him to make an appearance. That being said, I think in the small sample that we saw from him today, and even from the previous start, that is a much, much better version of Christian Scott, one that is getting closer to what we saw when he first came up.
No, tremendous. If he could be any percentage of what he was before the surgery, like, you had the best rotation again, which is what I keep saying about why there's still like a sliver of confidence in this team. Like, the fact this rotation is good, the fact that we're 4 deep right now of legit starting pitchers is like amazing. That's the strength, and the lineup is somehow the weakness. But even Keith was gushing over that Scott fastball. Every single time he threw it, he's like, I like this fastball, and like that was kind of what made me kind of get obsessed with him a few years ago as he was rising up the prospect ranks. Like, when you could throw a fastball like that, it's kind of easy to let the other stuff kind of file in behind it. And it's really cool to see him grow like this. It's amazing also, again, after that game against the Twins, people can't throw a strike. I was like, oh, this guy's a strike thrower. There's nothing to stop this guy from throwing. I thought he was juiced. I thought he was going to have an immaculate inning in the first. Like, he was a few pitches away from that. I was watching like, oh, he's going to do it. But it's like, this is nice to see this. Also, weird game where both teams were out of challenges by the 6th inning?
Very quickly.
Brett Sullivan, bad challenges for the Rockies. Alvarez, bad challenges for the Mets. And then that 9th inning, 8th inning, there were a lot of close calls. I was like, kind of wish we had one of those in the bank.
Yeah, I mean, the use of the challenges by the Mets this year have been horrendous. It doesn't seem like there is a plan. It seems like it's very, well, shocker, where have I heard this before? It doesn't seem like there's a plan.
Yeah, and then same time, again, just to close the book on Scott a little bit, still not seeing that splitter. He threw one good one today, the Moniak, that he like kind of pooped for a foul ball. Then he threw another one. I think it was the same at bat, or maybe, same at bat against Moniak. That was just nowhere close flowed on him. Like, when the fastball is this electric and he can actually get lefties in on their hands and also put it on the outside and then use the cutter as a backdoor pitch and also use the cutter coming on their hands. Like, it was impressive how he was able to use both sides of the plate, but he still need to see that split if we do want to see him really take the next step.
Yes, which, it helps neutralize the lefties for sure. And then I guess just quickly to talk about the Monday game, which feels like a millennium ago.
Yeah. Also, shout out Austin Warren.
It's my guy. You know, I
Dude's-
always shout out Austin Warren.
Dude, the dude is fearless.
He is simply an eye test guy because I don't think any of this stuff comes off the page. But, man, he goes out there and he
can
pitches.
spin it.
He attacks.
He can spin it for sure, but it's nice to have a reliever like that who attacks. But also to talk about Monday, again, bench, big game from the bottom of the order. It was nice to see Luis Torrens get a big hit. It was nice to see Luis Torrens behind the plate for 2 of these games. He's a really, really, really good defensive catcher, so that's something to keep an eye on as we move forward with this catching tandem here with him and Alvarez. And they hit bench hitting a long home run. It was put that one 440 feet almost.
He piped it.
Crushed that shit. And then Peterson, it was just nice to see him be okay. That's the nicest way. I mean, that's a nice way I can say this. He really, really, really leaned into the slider and he faded the sinker, which is kind of more like the David Peterson, one of the best versions of David Peterson, 4 years ago now. But
When we loved that slider, and we were like, that slider should be used a lot more.
it was one of the best swing pitches in the league, but he was also doing the same thing I just described with Scott, where he was able to hit the back foot on it, but he was also able to throw some backdoor ones. So he was kind of changing up where the hitters were looking for. It was nice outing. He also kept the fastball at the leathers a lot, which is really good for him to stay consistent there. It would have been a better outing if Carson Bench didn't trip and fall down in the outfield to let 2 runs score after he made a diving catch in center. But it was a good game. It was nice to see Peterson be able to get through 4 innings like that and everything work out.
Yeah, ultimately it was nice to see the Mets win a series. It sucks that we had a game that we should have won, could have won, would have been a sweep of the Rockies who swept us at home.
And we almost swept the Angels barely. And
it's just these little things in a den. Again, like you said briefly, the Mets do give away games. Craig Kimbrell pitching the 8th inning is malpractice, and he did it twice this series, by the way. Craig Kimbrell pitched the 8th twice. Craig Kimbrell didn't make the team out of spring training on a bullpen that was beleaguered. And I'll tell you this, Craig Kimbrell stinks. So, that's all you need to know.
No, it's terrible. And again, shout out to Devin Williams looks very back.
Yes, he looks
I don't want to say that super Valley. Even Devin Williams had a nice inning. Brooks Ray looked really good. It was nice to see the good bullpen and to get that game on Wednesday be good.
It's also really cool that it was a close game. There was a lot of close games this series, and Luke Weaver got used less than Craig Kimbrell this series as well. That's really good managing by our guy Mendy right there. He has no fucking clue.
It was really annoying how they let that game get away from them Wednesday and how that really impacted the game on Thursday. But I think
Austin Warren threw 3 innings this series.
He did. I think 3 1/3.
3 1/3. It's a good thing Luke Weaver came in for 1.
3 2/3 because it wasn't a clean. He had an up down today for sure.
Because he had 2 on Monday.
Yeah, and he pitched second and the third inning. He breezed through those. And when he got into trouble, they showed the bullpen a few times. They were like, no one's behind Austin Warren. This is Austin Warren's inning. It's why are we in a situation where this is Austin Warren's inning? Oh, yeah, because we have 2 long men who combined for 1 inning the day before, and now both need 4 off days.
The Mets played this series with, 4 guys in the bullpen again? It's unbelievable.
It's frustrating. And then I think that was all the big things I had to talk about from this series. I think that was good, yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to think if there's anything that I feel like we missed. Yeah, you said Marcus Semien played well.
Nice to have Keith back.
Yeah, Keith back. He's doing some stuff that I love and also hate, which is there was a couple pitches today that were close to the Mets that they got called for balls. Yeah. That's a strike. I'm like, who are you rooting for, man? What's going on, dude?
Nah, he was funny. He was good with that stuff.
No, but it is good night. It's good to have Keith back. We need Ron in the booth, though. Gary and Keith gets a little
they're having too much fun.
A little too gentle.
No, I like it sometimes, especially a day game like this, doing other things while I'm watching the game. It's nice to have those guys just kind of keeping us company.
But overall, Mets win the series. We will take it.
Yeah, you kind of have to take it at this point. But this is the life we live.
Yeah, Jesus, this is the life that we live. We got the Diamondbacks up next. A little series preview. First, Mets Up is brought to you by FanDuel. Baseball fans, the MLB season is in full swing, and FanDuel is giving you a chance to call your shot with daily dingers. Joining the action is easy. Just make your free pick on who's hitting a home run in their game, and if you're right, you'll get a profit boost to use on your next bet for a chance at extra winnings. It's just another reason why FanDuel is the home of home runs. I mean, Aaron Judge and all these guys are hitting home runs every single day. That's who I'd be picking on the daily dingers. James, you too?
Yeah, I have a feeling that I'm going to call my shot. Juan Soto is going to hit the home run off of either Ryan Nelson or Merrill Kelly in this series.
So there you go. You see him on the Daily Dingers. Make that your pick. So are you ready to play your game? Head over to FanDuel.com/podcast to get started. That's FanDuel.com/podcast to opt in for Daily Dingers and make your free pick on who's hitting a homer. Play ball and swing for the fences on FanDuel, an official partner of Major League Baseball. No purchase necessary, opt-in required. Bonus issued as a non-withdrawable profit boost token. Restrictions apply, including any token expiration and max wager amount. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call or text 1-800-GAMBLER. Diamondbacks series, James just told you Juan Soto's going yard against one of these pitchers.
Yeah.
Who are the other guys on the mound, James? Who do we got on the mound, too?
So Friday night, bit of an ace-off. Nolan McLean versus Ryan Nelson. Ignore Ryan Nelson's ERA. Saturday, that's 9:40 on Friday. Saturday, 7:15, Fox game. Clay Holmes against Merrill Kelly. And then Sunday for us, I think that is the David Peterson spot in the rotation. So I guess some kind of combination of openers and David Peterson against Eduardo Rodriguez, who I'm sure is going to make us look stupid because he throws with his left arm, and that's just what happens.
Yeah, I mean, hitting a lefty is really difficult. I know we couldn't do it, James, so surely the Mets lineup can't.
Dude, I think Clay could be a lefty specialist for this Mets team.
Shout out Clay on our softball team. He could definitely hit better than a lot of the guys in this lineup against a lefty.
He can figure out something. But we just saw this Diamondbacks team in New York. It's not gone great for them since then, even though they started us on the horrible. I said that just now. That was a month ago.
We beat Paul Sewald and it was over.
That time flew. But this Diamondbacks team right now, they're just kind of like how was predicted with them. They haven't really found enough consistent pitching. Ryan Nelson, I made a joke about him being an ace-off. He just had 2 back-to-back starts where he got crushed for like 10 runs, and then he went to Mexico City, which is basically like pitching Coors Field. So his ERA went up like 5 runs across like 4 innings. But otherwise, Ildemaro Vargas is the best story in baseball right now.
Got to shout out Ildemaro Vargas, 34-year-old journeyman, OPS over 1,000 out of 20-game hit streak, and is literally playing the best baseball of his entire life.
It was 24 games, right? It was?
I think 24, yeah.
You know what I caught in this game? They said that today, or after last night, Mickey Moniak tied his career best hitting streak at 18.
What?
This is the second 18-game hitting streak of Mickey Moniak's career.
That feels insane for a guy who, again, has been a journeyman, basically.
I could not believe what I think it was Keith or Gary said that. But again, I digress. Besides the point, this Diamondbacks team, they are up there to take hacks. This team is built on the home run ball. On the season, heading into play on Thursday, the Diamondbacks have a .303 on base percentage, just 27th in the league, but a .405 slugging percentage. That's 6th.
Wow.
We're here to hit dingers.
Yeah,
that's what they're here to do. Yeah, but the Mets who hit nothing.
No, Mets don't do anything well offensively. Great defense though, top 5 DRS. Did you hear that at the end of the game?
Yeah, did you? I mean, that's it. We figured out that hole, but they just got swept by the Cubs. They lost series to the Brewers. They lost series to the Pirates. Like this Diamondbacks team has not played well at all since they were like flying high this first 3 weeks of the season. So you got to go win another series, especially because if there's any chance to claw back into any kind of playoff race, which is a very, very far away thought in my brain right now, it would help to win 2 out of 3 from the Diamondbacks, who won 2 out of 3 from you. So just in case you're tied at the end of the year, you basically win a free game.
Yeah, we could get into a crazy tiebreaker, which would be nice.
Which would be nice. But again, even just to leave this road trip to win 3 series, I think would be a very, very, very big deal. And this team that isn't able to get taken.
Quick Knicks corner.
Oh yeah, for sure, Knicks corner. I was looking forward to this the whole episode.
Let's go Knicks, 2-0 up on the Sixers. That was a gritty win. The Sixers are way better without Embiid, by the way.
They're way better at defense without Embiid, but they're definitely not better at offense without Embiid. Because every single time Tyrese Maxey tried to do a pick and roll, we're just like, everyone swarm him. And then
get the good player.
Like, yeah, here comes Kelly Oubre with the ball in his hands. Like, yeah, I'll let him do that every single time. But it was great to watch. I mean, that was also, you felt more so at the end of the game, like those first couple Hawks games. Jalen got a little sticky.
Yeah.
He hit enough shots. When he hit that turnaround,
that was disgusting.
Dominic Barlow, who looks like Walmart Wemby.
He's so fucking long, Dominic Barlow.
Dominic Barlow changed that game when he came in. The Sixers were about to fall apart and die, especially defense. I mean, out of both sides of the ball. All of a sudden, Dominic Barlow is guarding Jalen Brunson one-on-one with the ball in his hands. I couldn't believe it. Also, Macau.
He's hooping.
I don't want to make any bold proclamations, but I don't know if he fell down, hit his head, but it seems like he remembered. I feel like he remembered he's good at basketball. Often defensively, he was also a menace. Like he's guarding Tyrese Maxey right now. He's doing a great job on him. Maxey, that was one of the worst games I've seen him play in like months.
It felt like Macau took every shot he took last night. Felt like it went about as pure through the net as I've ever seen a ball go.
Except he took one. Remember that fadeaway corner he took? When,
that was a weirdo.
On like when he was right on the near side, and he like did like the turnaround fade, like the sideways fadeaway, and it clanked off the rim. Like if I tried to take a 3 in the outdoor hoop, but it was just nice to see them win. Also, it was good for your take that Josh Hart does know how to dribble.
He's got absolutely no clue how to play basketball. Josh Hart is all heart,
and it's so fucking frustrating with Cat because this is the best basketball he's ever played in his life by far. Any level.
not
I think
even close.
this is more dominant than Cat when he was like a 16-year-old
playing against us.
Getting these ticky-tacky fouls early and missing the whole first half. The fact that we were getting like Ariel Huckporthy, Jordan Clarkson, Deuce McBride,
Jeremy Sohan,
and then Bona for the Sixers. The fact that all these guys were on the court together, I was like, this. It literally felt like a November game, and it was game 2 of the Eastern Conference semifinals.
And
but
it was
like,
tight.
Again, gritty, fun win. They were down the whole time, and luckily we got good news about OG's injury because I got horrible Indiana flashbacks.
Yeah, I mean, it's the playoffs, so OG's got to get an injury at some point. It's just how it works. It's day that ends in Y.
And they're even saying he's questionable for Friday. I'd be very comfortable right now sitting down OG, sitting down the team, and saying, like, we have to give this guy 10 days off.
Yes.
Because this series is one thing, but, like, you got to kind of play the game theory of itself. It's like, how do you actually give yourself a chance to win the NBA Finals?
Yeah.
And the way you do that is you give OG 10 days off, so if you win this series, he's fully healthy for the next series.
I mean, they basically won that game without Cat on the floor. I think they'll be okay without OG.
No Cat, no Mitch, no OG for the last 3 minutes.
Yeah, I think they'll be fine.
Yeah, Mitch just getting sick and missing that game, too. Was like, come on, dude.
After he talked all that shit.
Especially him talking all that shit, and Embiid missing the game, and Cat coming out being completely undisciplined without his arch nemesis on the other side. Like, it was...
And he still played a great game, even when he was on the court.
I said it during the game. It was kind of like how when Thomas Jefferson died, I think Aaron Burr died like a few weeks later.
Really?
Where it's like when you lose your arch nemesis, like what do you have to live for? Once Joel Embiid knew he wasn't playing because Cat that first game he ate Embiid for lunch.
Oh, he absolutely emasculated him.
That was like there was a fire in his eyes to face Embiid. You felt it
flop
instantly.
like crazy, by the way.
And then they bitch. Like the Sixers take more free throws in both these games than the Knicks, and all they do is whine and bitch and complain.
And
like
seeing all the people on Twitter be like, Brunson flops all the time. Like, dude's getting smacked around. You don't know ball.
Also, watch Jalen Brunson play basketball. Like everyone's like, oh, you can't watch Jalen Brunson. It's like I don't know, man. Like you watch Jalen Brunson play a game where
That's
he's been in
hoops.
control, like
ethical hoops.
Oh, when he's fading around, moving through the lane, he'll take a couple calls that he probably does not deserve, 100%. Well, but that's what superstars get.
He foul baits. He doesn't flop.
Yeah, exactly. He gets hit. He does really get hit. It's fun to watch that team, and can't even believe the spin around on Mike Brown I've done the last 10 days.
Oh, going from the beginning of that Hawks series to now, that's my fucking dog right there.
Like every decision the guy makes is gold right now. It's crazy.
God, I'd love to do that with another guy in the leadership role right now on a blue and orange team.
I mean, Phillies just gave up 4 runs in the first inning. They've been playing great ball with the manager change.
It's crazy what it could do to a roster.
Painter got smacked. Rooker home run. Langoliers home run. That makes sense. Ranger Paint doesn't have an out, and he's given up 4 runs. Yikes. But
that's it. That's all we got.
Good Knicks corner. Let me check on Frankie real quick. But
Bolognese staying hot.
Yeah, true. 2 series wins after the Bolognese. We'll 100% take that.
Oh, yeah, Frankie?
Yeah, Frankie got right. Frankie knows we do these quick now after
Frankie.
Here comes Frankie. Probably gloating about how his Bolognese helped this team.
Can't wait to hear.
Gentlemen, this is Frankie Pappas. How you doing? I'm on a nice walk after work. It's a beautiful day. It's hard to sweep series, and at the same time, it's hard to win games.
Oh, we lost. What's going on?
You lose the day. We win the series.
Well, I think that's it. I think that's the Frankie voicemail. Can't hear him. Can't hear him. It's just background noise.
Can't hear anything. Sorry, Frankie.
But Frankie, I'll do it for you. The Bolognese is bringing the wins. It's tough to win. It's tough to win a series, sweep a series. But the boys are playing better since the Bolognese.
At least the Mets are playing watchable baseball now, right?
The Mets are playing baseball right now.
It's pretty watchable. The first 2 games of the series were highly watchable. Oh yeah,
you know
100%.
It's been more watchable. It's been more watchable. I'll give you that.
At least kind of watchable.
And that's a huge win for the Mets, who spend $400 million. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you for watching. Make sure you subscribe to Mets Stuff over on YouTube. If you're listening to us, Apple Podcast, Spotify, drops a rating, drops a review, download, and subscribe. You can follow James on social media at
James Shiano.
I'm Draft Nick Mark. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you for watching. We'll catch you on the next one. Peace out.
Peace out, guys. Let's go Mets.